So we are halfway through 2022. It is official. We are in July. There's no turning back now. Hi, I'm Smessy and this is my mid-year reset. Just a quick disclaimer, I am not a self-help professional. I don't have those kind of qualifications. I do, however, find that these tools help me and I want to share them with other people. This video will be broken up into 3 sections: reflection and finding out what our happiness pillars are, our goals, and how we want to manage our goals, and then we'll put them all onto a calendar. So a few things you'll need is some blank pieces of paper and a pen. Step number 1, I think it is so beneficial to just word vomit all your current thoughts and feelings onto a page, just so that you can then clearly think about the next part of this all. If you are struggling with this, you could write down that you're struggling with this, or you could write down that you think this is a stupid idea. And you realize, hey, there's actually a lot of thoughts going through my head, so just word vomit them out, you know. I'm gonna scrunch up this paper and burn it probably afterwards anyway, so just go ham, you know. Now might be a good time to pause the video and just allow yourself to brain dump all those thoughts. Next part is to take a moment and really give yourself some kindness. We're a human on a floating rock, you know? Really just take a second and give yourself a hug, you know? Tell yourself, hey, like, it's okay, you know? I always like to talk to myself like I am still a child, and I wouldn't tell a little 7-year-old kid that they are pathetic for not getting their goals done. No, you know, so just be kind to yourself right now, because you need it. Everyone needs kindness. So the next part is reflecting over each month that has happened so far. So we're going to get a new piece of paper and fold that up into 6 different sections. So we've got one for January, February, March, April, May, and June. So before reflecting on each month, I would recommend going through your photos on your phone or through your calendar, maybe your journal, and just generally remembering what happened. Let's be real. I have no idea what happened in January. I would have to go through my phone. Holy moly. So for each month, we're going to have 2 columns. One that says, what were your favorite moments? And then the other that says, what were your wins? And just a little reminder here, you know, your favorite moments and your wins don't have to be this big thing, you know? It's nice to write down all the small things. Maybe for your favorite moment, maybe one of them would be that conversation you had with a stranger on the beach. Maybe it's that time you took your dog for a walk. You know, that one time where the sunset was amazing. Holy moly. And same goes for wins. Sometimes we're not proud of ourselves for just being here. This section's probably going to be the longest, so I would pause here and I would take a few minutes to go through each month and I guess just really reflect over it and answer those 2 questions. Now we should have 6 months worth of favorite moments and wins. So now we're going to figure out what our happiness pillars are, what makes us fulfilled. So now we're going to go through each dot point and we're going to ask ourselves, how did that experience make us feel? Or how did that memory make us feel? How did that win make us feel? And then we're going to write that feeling word next to each one. So a few examples of this could be, I felt connected, I felt inspired, I felt like I was doing something new. Something that really helps me during this part is getting up a value list. I find that there's just heaps of words on there that help me understand what I could be feeling in during those memories or during those wins. Okay, now we have a feeling word next to all the events that happened for the last 6 months. Now what we're going to do is go through and highlight or circle the most reoccurring ones. And that, my friends, are your happiness pillars. Those are the things that make you feel most fulfilled in life and generally make you happy. So now you might want to write out the main ones, maybe the main 3 to 5 that came up. And you're going to ask yourself, what activities can I do to add this into my life? So for example, what activities can I do to feel more inspired in my life? Maybe you could create a vision board, read more books, go and see more talks, So that's the reflection part done. That was to help us remember what happened for the last 6 months and to understand what our core happiness pillars are so that we can start adding more activities and goals that will bring us more fulfillment. Next part is goals. So we're going to think back to the start of the year when we wrote out some New Year's resolutions or goals. So for this, I would write out those goals again and then ask yourself which ones resonate with you still, how far along are you on them, are any completed. I would recommend giving yourself a little bit of kindness during this part. It's okay that you didn't finish all your goals. It's okay that you didn't start all your goals. It's okay that new goals came up. So now we're going to think about what goals do we want to keep and is there any new goals that we want to start. A good way for me to think if this goal is actually going to benefit me or fulfill me is taking it back to the happiness pillar. So I'll ask myself, does this goal add that feeling into my life? If not, how can I add that feeling to my goal? For example, if one of your goals is to start running heaps, but one of your main fulfillments is connecting with others. So you could be adding more connection through this goal by joining a running club, catching up with a friend and going for a run together. Okay, so now we have some goals written out. We now want to turn those goals into tasks. So we want to break them up and make each task as manageable and easy as possible. Let's say one of your goals for this year was to start a YouTube channel. Then you would break up all the little tasks, you would buy all your equipment, maybe even like make them even smaller, buy the camera, buy the microphone, and then you would set up the account, maybe you might promote the account, you would go and film your first video, you would then edit it. These tasks or to-dos make it seem so much more manageable. And then if you really want to push yourself, you know that you do want to complete this by the end of the year, I would add in a deadline or a time frame that you do want to complete it in. This helps me then break it down and decide what tasks are priorities and which ones I want to do each week. Alright, now we're on to the final part. So for this step, we're going to merge together a vision board and a calendar. So what we're going to do is fold a piece of paper into 6 squares. And for each square, we're going to write the rest of the months that we have left of this year. I find this step really helpful for me. I'm a big visual learner and I need a calendar pretty much. We're then going to write in birthdays or events or holidays that happen on each of those months. So now we're going to add in our goals that we just went through, and if we had a deadline or a time frame for them, we're going to add that in. You could even write in some of the mini tasks that you had for each goal. And the last one is very important, I think. We're going to look over our happiness pillar and the activities that we wrote down that could bring more of those things into our life. And then we're going to do a little Google and we're going to find some of those events. And then we're going to go to the calendar and add those in. If you want to go out in nature more and feel more connected to nature, you're going to add in a few road trips here and there, or add in a few bushwalks. Or maybe you want to find some events or music or gigs that are happening in your local area that will help make you feel this way. I find that this step really helps me look forward to the future and realize that there is fun, cool things that are happening around me. And that's it. That's the mid-year reset. Hopefully you got something out of it. Let me know if you did. And yeah, good luck for the rest of the year.